Hey, how you doing, guys? Another week, another video, and we're actually going to answer one of my comments from my videos. This had to do on the DaVinci Resolve 14 times faster video, and this question comes from Stephen Urkel that says, Stephen, how much faster, slower is Resolve 14 on the same MacBook Pro versus Final Cut Pro 10? So we're going to look at that question. First, we're going to cover both pieces of software real quick. And Final Cut Pro 10 came out in June of 2011, which was totally rewritten. The final version is 10.3.4 as this video is being made. So it has actually had up to 23 updates since then, and it's quite a powerful piece of software. Now, DaVinci Resolve is, of course, the premier color correction software used by many professionals, which now incorporates video editing since the last version. The new public beta version now incorporates Fairlight audio system and is supposedly includes 10 times faster editing. So we're actually gonna, I'm gonna give you my thoughts on this and on which is faster. Now I'm probably gonna give the edge to Final Cut Pro 10. This is opinion and testing hasn't been completed yet, simply because Stephen Urkel said primarily on a MacBook Pro. Now, since Apple has control of the hardware, operating system, and application, and simply going to be optimized to the greatest extent for that platform. Now, so I believe it's going to have the edge on a MacBook Pro. Now, with DaVinci Resolve, it's really written for 3 different operating systems, Windows, Mac, and Linux, using a multitude of hardware configurations. Now, keep in mind, DaVinci Resolve does support Apple's Metal. Now, Metal allows for direct access to the GPU, bypassing things like the CPU, which will make it more faster. Now, also keep in mind, it all depends on how we compare it. Now, if we put it on the same MacBook Pro, I think it would edge out on Final Cut Pro 10, but if we compare it to perhaps DaVinci Resolve on a PC IBM compatible computer, that could entirely change, because if you have the paid version, the DaVinci Resolve Studio, that supports up to 8 GPUs, and simply you could just chock it full of all kinds of GPUs. And more than likely, you would probably speed-wise bypass Final Cut Pro 10 on their workstations or MacBook Pros or whatever. Of course, it'd be very interesting to see some testing done. Now, obviously, you'd probably have to wait until DaVinci Resolve 14 public beta comes to final release before you do all your testings. I know the Fairlight audio system is quite buggy, for instance, or perhaps even test it against a PC version against Apple's Final Cut Pro 10.